This is Damon Stevens with Fed Wealth Builders, and today is Monday, June 28th, 2021. And I am back in my office again after traveling for a week. Sorry for any background noise or anything you heard throughout the week. I just want to make sure I was keeping you up to date while I was gone. So hopefully that is helpful and you had a good trading week. And so let's get into this week and see what we could find out. Tech is running strong. S&P 500 Qs are hitting new highs. And we got quite a few stock picks and a lot of action. So if you're not finding trades, let me share a few with you, and hopefully this will help you to be successful this week. Knowing that we have a holiday coming up here in the U.S. And so Monday, the market will be closed in the U.S. And so we'll have a short week next week, but for this week, we're also running into quarter, into month, and into half the year. So who knows what it's going to bring, but let's get right into it and take a look at what's going on. So if you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to FinWealth Live and like our videos so we can continue bringing this content to you and giving you updates of what's going on in the market. So if you look at the market today, the Dow Jones was down 0.44%, Nasdaq was up 0.98%, and S&P 500 up 0.23%. So if you look at the FANGs, here they are. The techs were strong today. And so money was obviously flowing into them and flowing out of some other areas. Since the energy was very weak and financials were weak. So you can see that, really tech was the leaders in the market today. And so you can see down here also, if you ever come to this website, you can actually go in and look and see how other countries are doing as well. I have not pointed this out before, but this heat map's really kind of helpful, a snapshot of kind of how the overall world's doing and how their markets are doing and how that's influencing, how the US's market's doing in comparison. On the scanner today, we had MRIN, NTLA, and AAUD. There's a whole bunch of others as well, but these are the only three that I traded today. So let's cover and get right into those. And so here's MRIN. So this one gave you a few entries in. You can see here, the stock was down to 167. And through these entries, depending on where you got in on from the scanner, you see this big gap up. See that you got in here, and the high today was 752 from 167. So what a run today. Boy, if you got any of this, you should be really happy and very profitable. This is really a great stock. And again, like we say on this channel, once we have something off the scanner, typically keep it for a couple weeks, take advantage of scalping it, swinging it maybe for a couple days, but I don't like to swing it. Usually I just scalp it. But just really taking advantage of these until they kind of peter out and they don't provide any value. Or we have other ones that come out on the scanner and do well and take their place. But this one did great. AAUD, same thing. Nice, more gradual change, and not as much. So we went from 362 up to almost $6. A nice gradual entry in. I mean, you could have got in anywhere here. It's holding the 20. So that's good as long as it holds this 20 and continue to climb up here. So we're definitely gonna be watching this, through the rest of this week, seeing where we can take advantage of this along the way here. So definitely watching this every morning, pre-market even. I'll probably get up a little earlier today, this week, just because I have such a great selection of stocks, and sometimes they move pre-market and then you don't get a chance much during the market time. So I definitely want to take advantage of it as much as I can. NTLA, you can see a nice gap up, 85, clear up to 144, 40, crazy. I didn't catch this whole first run. I mean, this is crazy fast that it came up here in the morning. Excuse me, just getting a drink. And then it pulled way back here. So here's your chance to get in, because it pulled back here to the trade line here on our 10 EMA. And then it start climbing back up. So this is where I was able to catch some of this run back up. Now, this only went up to 139 and it kind of pulled back a little bit and kind of faded away the rest of the day. But the thing to note here is typically when you see this parabolic move, typically the next run up is not as big. So if you're expecting it's going to go to 144, could it? Sometimes they have. I mean, sometimes they just gone like crazy on the second run. But typically, at least my experience and how I trade, um, I usually don't expect it to come up as much. And this was a quick retracement too on the stock, and so seeing it just ramp right back up, that was helpful to see the strength there. And so this is definitely on my radar. This is another one of those ones I'm watching tomorrow. See if this tries to pull back up here again. I mean, it could try to break through this 139.45 up to towards the high, or even higher. But and it could also consolidate here. So I'm just going to watch this. But we have another great 3 stocks to look at. Hopefully these are helpful to you. Hopefully you grabbed a piece of these today. I try to share with you guys, what sources I'm using to find these stocks. Just really trying to train you and educate you so that you can find your own way here as well, so that you don't need me every day. But I'm here as many days as I can to help you guys out. Tesla, again, we've been tracing this for weeks, taking advantage of each of the dips and the daily momentum that we get. You can see this trade line that we have, had built out here. We know we've broken above that. We left a gap here. You can see we had this little retracement. It didn't fill a gap. It bounced right off the 5 and then just climbed right back up to 688. So we're still under 700. We got to break that 700 if we want to start climbing up back towards this 770, 780 mark. So we've got a long way up here. So if we can break this resistance here at 700. But regardless, I mean, like I said, every day to get $10, $20 a day on Tesla, why wouldn't you just take advantage of it? So hopefully you are on that. AMC, we're consolidating here. You got this, this little pattern here where, we got to break out here, either north or south here. I'm trying to watch this one. I didn't know if we are going to get a squeeze here, and since we're kind of reaching the end of quarter, and end of the half year, if that's going to influence anybody to take more profits, or if we're going to see a squeeze here. So just watching this thing to see what it does. I think we're going to have something happen here sometime soon, maybe as early as this week. It makes sense more this week than it would, following a holiday, but that's just my opinion. So definitely watching this one. Facebook had a nice little rally today. I don't know if you got this one, but great rally. This could retrace a little bit back tomorrow. So just kind of watch that if you are on Facebook. But I'm going to keep this on the radar. You can see that nice bullish momentum, since March. And just great movement here on Facebook. So we'll see if we can take advantage of that. Might pull back here. If it does pull back here, and we have a lot of strength in the FANG stocks and the NASDAQ and SPY, this could possibly try to ram back up again. But I think more likely, it's seen this big breakout candle. Typically, you're going to see at least some type of retracement. Roku, this has been our list. We talked about this one. We got like 7 candles up now, and so we got above. It looks like I almost tried to gap up above this this resistance here. So it's above this resistance level. That means the support now. It's going to try to run back up here, possibly towards these highs, or consolidate here. But it got above it. We'll see if it can hold that and not break back down. But Roku's, providing good day trades. EH is another one that was off the scanner that we've been, for over a week now. We've been on. Today gave you a great opportunity. It's not as, I mean, $2 or $3 a day on a stock this price is great. So hopefully you're able to take advantage of that. The US dollar, you can see it's kind of consolidating. It got above the 200 moving average, so it could try to run up. Like we talked about, several times, you got this big breakup candle, you had a breakdown candle, and stocks like to go up and down these candles. So it could try to go up this breakdown candle here and try to reach towards, the highs here, 92.40. So we'll see if it does that or could consolidate here on the 200, but it did break the 200 today. And so just keep that in mind. VIX, as long as the VIX stays under 18, 19, it's going to help the market continue to go up. It's still down here around, under $16. So, that's good. But, this can spike anytime. You see these spikes here, out of the blue here. That's where all of a sudden you see the market look like it's going to tank So just keep that in mind. Make sure you take a profits. At least get out your capital that you invested. That way you're playing with house money, and you've reduced your risk. But we've got this downward slope here. At some point, it's going to try to peek its head up and try to get us. And so I don't know if it's this week or sometime, but we're so elevated and we've had such a great bull run. At some point we'll pull back a little bit to retrace. But just keep that in mind. Don't know what's going to happen. We can continue riding, which we do. We just keep on riding. Here's a SPY. It just keeps on going up. So it could continue doing that. But typically there's some type of pullback, at least 6, 7, 10%. But the momentum's there. As long as the buyers are there, it's probably not going to pull back. It'll just keep on going. The other thing to watch out for is, since we have a holiday next week, could slow down the volumes. So you could see either ramp up and ramp down in the market. If you do, and it does it on low volume, don't take a lot of credit into that, because it probably would reverse whatever it did, possibly at least portion of that next week, because you can't really support the market in its direction long term on low volume. So just keep that in mind. Triple Qs, nice little pop here, new highs, just keeps running up there. So we're probably going to head now towards 360 at this point. But we are extended too, so this could be a pullback. We could retrace a little bit here back to support. Semiconductors, wham, it's just climbing up there, looking good. IWM pulled back a little bit. You see we had this little Doge on Friday, and then the markets pulled back a little bit, but it did hold above the 5. So we are very still bullish. Got 7 candles up. So we'll see if this pulls back here more, or if it just decides it's going to go ahead and bounce back up again. But usually when you see this Doge and you see a red candle, you're going to see at least typically another 1 or 2 could pull back to the 20. But we'll see. Hopefully it follows with the rest of the market right now, which is the SPY and the Qs, which is strong. But again, we're talking small caps, and so it doesn't necessarily follow high tech. And then financials have pulled back a little bit as well, finding support here on the support line that we have out here, and we'll see if that can bounce back up or if it can start to climb back up. Gold's consolidating, not much to say there. Silver, same thing, still above the 200. Bitcoin, we talked about this, so several days. Anything above 35,000 that we hold and break through, Bitcoin could start to run up. But also watch out for false breakout, where this could break up. Looks like it's going to go up, and then all of a sudden it fills back and goes down further. So just make sure there's a confirmation that the direction is holding and sustaining the direction it's going. The other thing, 30,000 is kind of the bottom level here, but you can see the stock as it pulled down. This is a typical pattern. So you can see we're kind of climbing back up this breakdown candle. Broke down again, went right back up that breakdown candle here, but now we're consolidating the top above the 5 and the 10. So it's below the 20. So there's a decision point here. Is it going to break above the 20 and start to break out, or is it going to break back down and stay in this channel a little bit further and maybe consolidate tighter and tighter until it finally gets pressure to break one way or the other? So we'll see, but I'm still waiting. I got a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit Dogecoin, a little bit Ethereum. So got a little bit of everything, but not everything, but those coins. And so just watching to see where this is going to go before I jump in and dive it back into it. So Doge is following Bitcoin. So really just kind of watching it to see, what it's going to do in this channel here before, breakout or breakdown. So we'll see what it does. Ethereum had great news. So, it's actually kind of, more bullish. It's kind of breaking out. It's trying to push above the 20 now. It's right underneath the 20. It's got the 50 and the 100 still down here, but it's trying to move forward here, and it's got momentum and not necessarily following Bitcoin to a T anymore. So if it can find legs on its own, that's even better. So, but that's our update today. Gave you some stocks to be watching and looking at. You know how to get to the scanner. So hopefully you have a great trading week. Just be real careful out there. Make sure you're taking profits. With the stock, sometimes with a low volume, it gets really choppy and it can chop you out. So if you start getting chopped out, start losing little bits of money, usually time to stop. Make sure you're finding a stock that has momentum, has volume, so that you can drive it and ride the price and not get stopped out or not start getting your money taken away that you've earned. So just be careful out there. Trade safe this week. Have a great holiday. This prep, one of the things, people be leaving town. That's why we'll have lower volume probably this week. So just be prepared. And everybody have a great night and a safe trading day tomorrow.